40 pounds, gone in 90 days, not one calorie counted, not one macro tracked, not one day of going hungry. I know how that sounds. It sounds like another fitness scam or a clickbait headline, but I'm going to show you exactly how it's biologically possible. I spent decades stuck in the calories in, calories out loop, low fat, portion control, more cardio. I'd lose 10 pounds, plateau, then gain 15 back. The real problem wasn't my willpower. It was that I was hungry all the time. There is a biological reason for that, and I'll reveal it in just a few minutes. In this documentary, I'm giving you the exact meals, the costs, the blood work results, and the one day, one mistake that kills results. We're going deep into the data, the numbers my doctor couldn't explain. By the end, you'll see why the old model is broken. Let's talk about that plateau. You spend years doing everything right. The food pyramid, the macro tracking, the gym, and yet the belly fat never moves. If that's you, I need you to understand, that is not a character flaw. The calorie deficit model isn't necessarily wrong, but it is massively incomplete. Think about your typical healthy breakfast. Oatmeal, orange juice, maybe some fruit. It looks perfect on paper, right? But how long does it keep you full? An hour? Maybe 2? That relentless 2 hours after eating hunger is not normal. It's a signal from your biochemistry that something is missing. You think you need more discipline, but you actually need better chemistry. I'm going to show you the hormone that's been controlling your life. To understand why the fat won't leave, we have to look at the master hormone, insulin. This is the regulator of your entire metabolism. When you eat carbs, even complex ones, your blood sugar spikes. Your body responds with insulin to get that sugar out of the bloodstream. Insulin is your storage hormone. Its job is to move energy into cells. It takes that sugar and stores it as fat, especially in the abdominal region. But here is the catch. As long as insulin is high, your body cannot burn stored fat. You are literally locked out of your own energy reserves. When your blood sugar inevitably crashes a couple of hours later, your brain panics. It sends a massive hunger signal because it thinks you're starving. That hunger isn't weakness, it's survival. You eat more carbs to fix the crash, insulin spikes again, and the fat storage cycle continues, day after day. Now look at protein and fat. They barely move your blood sugar. The insulin response is minimal. This is the key to unlocking your fat stores. When insulin stays low, your body finally gains access to its own fat for fuel. You stop being a sugar burner and start being a fat burner. By day 10 of keeping insulin low, I wasn't fighting my willpower anymore. I was finally full. I wasn't craving sugar. I was just done eating. So what does this actually look like on a plate? I followed what I call the flexible carnivore approach. It's simple, sustainable, and effective. The foundation was always the same: high-quality beef, pasture-raised eggs, grass-fed butter, and plenty of sea salt. That's the core. I kept it flexible with some high-fat dairy and avocado, but the sugar, grains, and inflammatory seed oils were gone forever. Absolute zero tolerance. Breakfast was simple: 3 eggs, 2 strips of bacon, sometimes some cheese. But honestly, by week 2, I started skipping it entirely. I wasn't forcing a fast. I just wasn't hungry. The morning insulin spike was gone, and my body was happily burning its own fat for breakfast. Lunch was often leftovers or something fast, like sardines. High protein, high fat, and incredibly cheap, about $2. Energy stayed stable. Dinner was the main event: a ribeye or ground beef. This is where you get your nutrients and your satiety for the next 16 hours. I wasn't counting calories, but I was eating about 2,500 of them. Because they came from protein and fat, my body used them, it didn't store them. The data doesn't lie. I tracked everything: the scale, the energy levels, and the blood work. Here is the 90-day transformation. The weight fell off faster than I expected. Day 10, 6 pounds gone. By day 30, I had dropped 17 pounds. I felt lighter and faster. By day 90, the counter hit 180. 40 pounds gone with 0 gym sessions and 0 days of caloric restriction. Just biological optimization. But the non-scale victories were the real win. The 2 p.m. energy crash? Extinct. My sleep went from 6 hours of tossing to 8 hours of deep recovery. Brain fog vanished. I could focus for 4 or 5 hours straight without thinking about food once. That is what food freedom feels like. Then came the lab results. My triglycerides, the fat in my blood, dropped to 58. My HDL, the good cholesterol, rose to 74. These are elite numbers. My LDL went up, which usually scares doctors. But when you're burning fat, LDL is just the transport system. My doctor was floored by the overall health. For the first time in my life, food didn't control me. I ate when I was hungry, I stopped when I was full, and the weight took care of itself. It sounds simple, but I almost failed. I made 3 massive mistakes in the first 2 weeks. If you're starting today, pay very close attention. Mistake 1, eating too lean. I tried chicken breast and tuna and felt terrible. Fat is your fuel now. You need the ribeye, the thighs, and the butter. Fat is your new fuel. You need the ribeye over the sirloin, the thighs over the breast, and butter on everything. Don't be afraid of the fat. When you drop carbs, your kidneys flush sodium fast. If you don't replace it, you'll get the keto flu, headaches, and fatigue. Salt your food aggressively. I even added a pinch of sea salt to my water. It fixes the energy crashes instantly. Don't skip the salt. Mistake 3, quitting before the switch. Days 1 to 5 are the hardest. Your body is shifting its entire metabolic engine. Most people quit on day 4 or 5. You just have to get to day 7. Once you cross that line and become fat adapted, the hunger vanishes and the energy arrives. Just get to day 7. If you want the exact 7-day plan I followed, comment plan below. No email, no sign up, just comment plan and I'll send it over. In the next video, I'm breaking down the LDL myth, why those numbers go up and why it's not what you think. I'm Josh and this is Created Carnivore.